Okay, our final 2011 Hall of Fame inductee is, in one word, incomparable. Chuck Stokes is a Detroit area broadcasting icon whose influences are not only seen in the local community, but across the state of Michigan and as far away as Washington, D.C. Chuck is a graduate of Morehouse College in Atlanta and has a master's degree from Columbia University's Graduate School of Journalism. Upon graduating, he worked as a sports writer for the Washington Post and as a producer and on-air talent for WTVF in Nashville, Tennessee. In 1981, Chuck joined WXYZ-TV as a producer and was promoted to editorial and public affairs director in 1987, where he has served ever since. He is the moderator and producer of Spotlight on the News, Detroit's longest-running weekly news and public affairs show. His in-depth interviews have included a host of prominent politicians, entertainers, religious, and business leaders. Chuck's leadership and dedication to the ever-changing broadcast industry is unmatched. He makes regular visits with state and congressional politicians and is a highly recognized industry ambassador on the national broadcasting scene in Washington. Chuck has accumulated a long list of awards and achievements, including 13 Emmys. In 2001, he was presented the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Detroit chapter of the Society of Professional Journalists. Chuck is a past president of both the National Conference for Editorial Writers and its foundation. He is a graduate of Leadership Detroit and the E.W. Scripps Company's Leadership Institute. Chuck has served on several MAB committees and as member and chairman, and is currently an MAB Foundation Board of Directors member. Chuck is married to his wife Trudy, and they have 2 daughters. So it is a great pleasure for me to congratulate and introduce to you our latest inductee into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, Mr. Chuck Stokes.
Thank you. This is indeed an honor, and it's still one that I'm kind of pinching myself when Carol informed me, because I work with so many very talented people, as witnessed from the table that you see filled over there and even the overflow table. And Channel 7 has always been a team, and no one person can do it alone. And any member there, I think, is eligible to be a member of this Hall of Fame, so to be the one selected, along with those from Channel 7 who have already been admitted, Bill Bonds and Jerry Hodak and Grace Gilchrist. It's an honor, Diana Lewis, to be included in that same group. You know, years ago, we had a news director who, when I was a young journalist, who looked at me and he said, you know, a good career, remember that a good career is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't be in a hurry. And I had a professor at Columbia who, he said, if you really love journalism, just remember something very simple. He said, good reporting begins with what you know and ends with what you find out. Just ask the right questions and you'll learn constantly. And so I've tried to do that, and it's been a fabulous career. It's taken me from interviewing presidents to Rosa Parks to the Imperial Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. It's been diverse, to say the least. And traveling with Bill Bonds through South Africa and interviewing Johnny Cochran right before he presented his defense for O.J. Simpson. I could go on and on. It has been fascinating. And then to have traveled to Washington numerous times with Carol White and the MAB crew, trying to lobby on behalf of broadcast issues. It's been a learning experience. And then, of course, all my good friends with the National Conference of Editorial Writers, who I've heard from so many of them this week. But I couldn't have done any of this without the support of my family, many of them who are with me today, my wife, 2 of my 3 living parents, my daughters, my sister, 1 of 4 sisters, my in-laws, brother-in-laws, aunts, cousins, so many people. So I appreciate their support, during those very difficult times where sometimes we're just, okay, we got to go back out there one more time. I think what I'm most fortunate is that in September I will have been at Channel 7 for 30 years, and I've never had to call in sick one time, and I've never missed a show. And finally, when I was in college, there's a little poem that they drummed into our head, and they said, try to use it as a guide for your career. And it's a little thing called God's Minute. You have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon you, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to you to use it. You must suffer if you lose it, give account if you abuse it. It's just a teeny tiny minute, but eternity is in it. Hopefully, I've been able to use that and make a little bit of difference in my broadcast career. Thank you to the MAB for this wonderful, wonderful honor.